Of course, is Facebook Live not working? Dude, come on. Why is that not working? Failed to stream to Facebook due to an unknown reason. We have been. Okay. Oh my gosh. Whatever. Uh, okay. Whatever. So we're live anyway. It's fine. What a giant pain, man. So thanks for showing up. Um, gosh, that's so bright, right? How do we fix this? Oh, I feel so silly right now. There we go. There we go. So thanks for stopping by. We have a request for me to do a live drawing. Downfall. I like to take my time when I do my drawings and try to get them together. So, but this is it. We're going to be working on Rocket Raccoon. Gosh, once again, man, my lighting. I'll eventually have this figured out. So, maybe I just need to take off the exposure on the camera. Right. Anyway. Like you would think I'd have this stuff under control by now. See, there we go. So much better. We were having technical difficulties before, so just going to try to do the best we can. So, since also this is going to YouTube as well, let me show off a little bit of the last card I need to finish for the Kung Fu card set 2024. Little Goku. What a beautiful little fun guy. So, I will be coloring him today while the ink for this is drying. So, that's what we'll have to work on. It's going to be cool. It'll be nice because I definitely will ink him and then get him finished up tonight. So, since that was a request, and we're going to try to do our best, right? Let me double check something. So hopefully everybody's had a good Labor Day. Definitely my Labor Day has been super busy. It hasn't been super busy. Let me rewind that real quick. It has been sufficiently appreciated. Have a day off. I got to take a nap. It's kind of nice. So it was nice to also have a little bit of time today for me to be able to work on this Kung Fu set. This set's got to go out. And then I have another set that I'm working on that I really need to get moving fast on. But I'm feeling very confident, feeling very good. So I'm not really sweating it. So yeah, if there's any questions, if you have any ideas, if you like to just ramble on, hey, leave a message on my YouTube or even talk to me through this or through Facebook. I do have my phone up right now so that I could see the Facebook stuff. It'd be great if I could see all of this at one time with the monitor, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm not stressing that. So, all right. So we got Rocket here. All right. Let's get him paint, shall we? So, definitely the conversation yesterday, a little bit about Rocket was, really fun character, super interesting. I think he's more interesting and cooler than Quill. Um, I know everybody likes Groot, um, but Groot's very interesting. I like him. Rocket has a lot. He's not as he's selfish, but I think at times he's not as selfish as Quill or some of the others. So, but the mischief part of Rocket is just fun. You know, we all get that kind of mischief part of us. So, excuse me. So definitely with this, I'm going to come in and do a lot of the small work, and then come in and do some of the other stuff later. But and the fun thing was I was able to look at what this person loves Rocket. So they have a collection. It was cool to see what they have and see if there was something I could add that was different than the others. I had a couple of ideas um, that I might do later for my own personal collection, but it was kind of fun because I don't know. I like seeing Rocket doing things that he doesn't normally do. But this person doesn't, I don't think, has Rocket like hanging off of Groot or anything. So, kind of want to do it. I guess it's technically a 2-in-1 card, but it's all right. And I wanted to mix a little bit of the movie in with like the comic. So that's kind of what Marvel would normally want. They don't want it to be like movie quality. They want the comics. They want to make the money from the comics, man. So whenever you do work for Marvel, they specifically say, hey, please do it this way. They don't like seeing the movie versions. It's a copyright issue. Hello. Thanks, guys, for joining. Doing a live drawing of Rocket Raccoon. This was a commission that came in the other day, and I said, hey, I will do a live drawing of the commission during Labor Day. So hopefully they show up and they get to see me work on this. So I'll be working on this throughout the evening. Just definitely right now, just kind of getting the outline done. So all right. We got this.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Oh, so sorry. So the copyright issue is very interesting. So like with Marvel, when you work on like one of their sets, they have a list bigger of characters you can't do, and that's bigger than, I don't know. It's easier if they just said what you can do, um, but definitely they don't like you to do the actual actors from the movie. It feels like it's a copyright issue. So if you do anything close to that, they kick you. If you do anything similar to that, when you send in your cards, Marvel then just sends you out. They just say, "Yep, we're not going to put any of your cards out. You spent all that time working on it. No more." So which is fine. I mean, they have the right to accept any of the cards and unaccept. You know, they could say, they're not going to be in the set or not. So, so you don't want to do movie quality Captain America or Thor or anything else. And then some of them, like, I don't know if this is going to change. I haven't worked with them for a while. But you couldn't do Deadpool in any of the stuff. You couldn't do. No, these don't go to Marvel. If you do anything for Marvel and you do it publicly, you get dismissed immediately. They want everything to kind of be a surprise. Also, it's not a guarantee that your sketch cards are going to be part of the Upper Deck packs. So I wish that would be great. Some of us could drum up so much business for them, but they sell those hobby boxes anyway with no issues. So, I mean, it would be cool. Oh, yep. Hobby boxes. So that's pretty much how you get them anymore. So at Target though, you could get these blister boxes, and they're like $20-$30 a piece. And maybe 1 out of 30 of them you might get a sketch card. It's super tough. But the hobby boxes, man, they are just stupid expensive. If you like paying $350, it's, worth it. But the hobby boxes are neat. They're, and Marvel really tries, I guess, to make sure that whatever products that they're making in those are worthwhile. And the cards are then valued that price. Oh, nice. Well, thanks for coming on, man. That's super cool. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I like just doing these live streams, kind of showing what I do. And sometimes when I work on other companies, they allow us to share what we're doing. So later on, while the ink dries on this one, I will be coloring Goku for this company, which is Studio Thwip. They're out of from Europe, France specifically, but a great sketch card company. But so yeah, sketch cards, a whole thing. There's a whole massive group of people that do this stuff. But I definitely like sharing kind of what I do, and as well as try to get commissions and do stuff. The blanks. So once you get into a group, excuse me. Thank you. So when you get into like certain groups, they will tell you, this is the contract, this is what you get to do, and these are the rules. And then they send you the blanks. I'm trying to think if I have anything close by, but I don't. So like with my cards, this is the ones that I design. I have these specifically created and cut. I create this here, and then they just come. These are pretty nice quality. They take the ink fairly well. Not all of these work out, but these take stuff really well. Here is the lady from Kung Fu Hustle. And she's also, I got to finish her background before sending her off. So she's definitely turning out pretty well. Um, so thank you so much. I love doing these. I love doing this small little art. Yeah, went to school for art, and everything seemed like it had to be big. Everything had to be large. So, and I love comics, and so there was just always conflict of doing this type of stuff. But it's super cool that there's this whole medium, and I could have got into it a long time ago. I wish I did. That you could just sell small art, and man, you could get this stuff put anywhere, people's desks. I've got some of even my job. I have a couple of 8.5 by 11s, but man, these things are so small they fit just about anywhere, and it's kind of nice. You could have a small collection of art that you appreciate. I've got a wall upstairs that I've got two giant frames full of sketch cards, and then one that's full of like full art Pokemon cards that I have appreciated. So awesome. Thank you so much. I'll definitely have to check your stuff out as well. I love talking to other artists and seeing their work. I don't know, it's enjoyable. I don't, with with my town, we could see other artists' stuff. It's really cool once a month, but on here, I think I get to meet people that are like-minded and also do similar stuff. So that's always fun. So definitely, I'll have to check out your stuff. I will also, I usually stream every other week. So definitely stopping by again. Um, and I think I'm also doing a stream with a bunch of other people in 2 weeks. That should be fun as well. Looking forward to that, because that was also huge as well. I enjoyed it. So awesome. I don't think I have. I need to. I apologize. I will try to create that. Um, if not today, then tomorrow, since I've got this. I've got vacation, so we'll do that. So awesome. So I could say awesome. Thank you so much, and thanks for stopping, man. So okay. So fun thing once again, like this stuff's all going to be on YouTube later. So the person who commissioned this, which so far I don't think it's been on, they could look back and look up the video and then see me working this in the moment. So this is going to be super cool for them. I hope. I don't know, man. I think it'd be cool. Be like, dude, my card is online. I saw the guy make it. So I'm super excited about that. Special effects included. Or visual sound effects, excuse me. So So definitely liking this rocket, man. Super fun. So yeah.
Jail is very expensive.
You're fine. I just think it's funny the conversations that probably pop up or the things that said in the background that
I'm so sorry.
that's okay.
Everyone last time.
Probably. I don't remember last time.
Got it.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
Are you still alive?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Love you too. So, boom, super fast. All right. I might actually. I might change the back so you can see a little bit of Groot in the back. I think I'm going to come in and redraw that because I'm not a fan of that, but I definitely would rather have that look a little bit better to my taste. So there we go. That was fast, man. But once I definitely get the what is it? Once I have the lines and stuff done, I think also I'm super excited to do this. It comes relatively fast. Um, so I don't know. So there we go. All right. I don't know. Maybe do some other little detail lines. So
No, because I'm not. You cheated. Nice guy, like, do everything for you because they want something from you and you don't give them a kind person. Yeah, like you know the same nice guys finish the house. It's right. I'm doing the thing that people want me to do. I should get what I want in return. But yeah.
all right. So let's give. So there we go. I like it, man. Yeah. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. We got it. There we go. Looking pretty good. I like it bunches. So whew. Alrighty. So what we're going to do is let him chill out for a minute. Give him just a little bit to marinate. And this was the thing when talking about like doing these things live. I know he's the main focus. But if I went through 40 erase pieces over and over, I think it would be super boring to watch. But I think going through and try to redo Groot so it looks more like a human instead of weird lines. I don't like the lines. I definitely don't feel like those were good guidelines for me to go with. So but I'm gonna let him just chill out for a minute, and then what I'm going to do is focus on this guy. Let's do Goku because that's important. Look at that little happy guy, just living life. Oh, let's get some nice yellows, oranges. Ooh, red. Red for his little bow staff. We need brown for his tail. Two different browns. So yeah, definitely fun colors. All sorts of fun colors, right? Come on, Goku. Let's be fun. Boop boop. And then I'm missing a color, but there it is. Is that the only one? All right. Alrighty. So let's get some of those basic light shades down so we can build on later, right? At least that's what I do. Makes things a little easier. So let's get Pearl out. Start with his fun little face because he has a fun little face. Oh, let me give it just a little more erase spot because I see just a few issues. I don't want it to interfere later. So
If you won $1 million,
Hmm.
oh, that's
So with this set, it's supposed to be all anything fighting, cartoon, um, animation, movie, TV show. I remember waking up ridiculously early to having to watch this show because, man, I loved Dragon Ball as a kid. You know, it only came on like at 6:30 in the morning, and I just fell in love with how goofy it was. But it wasn't really consistent. Like they would show like Dragon Ball for a couple of weeks, and then they would go to like Sailor Moon, and then Samurai Pizza Cats, and then something else. I think it's the other one's like Zodiac Warriors, which I super cool, but it's like, man, they could not show you the whole series, so it was just funny. So remember loving this show and just kind of always trying to get up to watch it. And then it was like just the wildest thing waking up and then seeing that this show was no longer exist. And I was like, are you kidding? And then I don't even think it was a year later, Dragon Ball Z came out, and I was like, this is weird. The guy's named Goku, and he's, part of, he's now a grown up, and like the kid on there looks like Goku when he was a kid. Like, I didn't understand it was a sort of sequel, even though it was Dragon Ball Z. But that was also wild too, because that was such a wonderful thing to kind of jump into and be like, oh, that show is just the best. Became a huge fan up until the Frieza saga. And man, that about killed me. Because it was like, how long do we have to see this stupid spirit bomb in the background? This is awful. That almost killed me from the show. But I guess the internet has fixed that, so that's fine. You could jump on the internet and see something that's a lot faster, so that's kind of cool. Logan, my friend Lauren is on the Facebook side watching, so huge shout out to Lauren because she's such an amazing person. I don't. Oh, it's right there. Yeah. But I will definitely say, like, Sailor Moon was a good alternative. Kind of goofy. I think if you watch Sailor Moon, you were definitely watching, like, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Don't tell me different. I know you were. I'm not a fan of Buffy, but I could see how that stuff came together, like how that fandom is easy to kind of just jump into each other. But yeah. So this set will be, like I said, for sale in the future. Hopefully, I will link the Kickstarter to my Facebook, my Instagram, and also these videos that are going to be on YouTube. So hopefully all of that. Hey, I didn't fill that in. Um, so if you want to jump on these, you might win one of these cards that I've been coloring for the past couple of weeks. I don't like this one. This one, I don't know. I'm not really sure what the prices start at, but they are affordable. We'll say that. With our Back to Retro group, those are also affordable because you're getting original cards for like $20, like 2 original sketch cards for $20. Are you kidding? Do the commission alone on this, $20. You know, so to get 2 for 1, come on. So those things are definitely worthwhile getting. Sweet. Do. And then I want to say his hair. What we could do. Because that's going to be, I'm not changing the color on that at all. This is only going to be one tone. Makes perfect sense. Sweet. So we need to grab for this. Do his little circle. Whoop. Looking good. Looking good. So definitely he's looking sharp. Try to get some of the other stuff colored in. I say that and I see that. Why have I not? Man, ADHD right there. Something happened, like dinner was called or something, and I was like, oh. So okay. And of course I did that. All right. I forgot just a small part. There we go. All right. And I could probably, so I don't know what your guys' favorite anime was growing up, but I really did do that. That sucks. Grab the same thing. I did not grab the appropriate one. That's all right. So definitely, if there is a fighting thing that you would say, you got into, what would that be? I know with fighting and stuff, like my mom used to watch kung fu flicks, and we would watch them on Saturday mornings. Um, super, after cartoons were over, I mean, there wasn't much on left, and it would go straight to kung fu. So we would watch that type of stuff. So that was another thing. I mean, I liked watching those things. Those things were awesome. And then when the '90s had a resurge in kung fu flicks, man, that was super fun too. Um, that type of stuff was fun. Um, and I don't remember anything like specifically was the best, but I just enjoyed watching the variations of how they fought and stuff. So, but I think definitely Dragon Ball was just a fun thing to kind of get into. It was just a natural lead into like kung fu flicks and action stuff. Um, okay. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Let's try giving this guy some definition in his face, right? All right. Making the ears pop a little bit more and add some shadow to his hairline. Sweet. Oh, Goku. Do, 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 do. All right. Let's work on that jacket. All right. Sorry for that long pause of quiet. I was really looking into some of the coloration, kind of evaluating if I wanted to make stuff darker, whatnot, but so definitely the other marker just wasn't cutting it, which is fine. But there we go. Boom. Think he looks good.
I think that's the one I want.
There we go. So there we go. I mean, that looks a lot better. If I had the right lighting on it, it looks a lot better. So two I'm gonna keep. All right. I think with Goku, let's add some blue background, right? So call me tomorrow. Thank you. He does. I'm very happy with him. So looking good. Thank you. Have a good one. Good night. Yes, please. If you could do it, that'd be great. The what? It's down here in the kitchen. Sorry. Communication about chargers and things. My fault. I haven't. So it's yeah. I'll take mine upstairs too. So if you want to take the whole thing up there, then I can plug them all in, and we'll be good. Love you too. There we go. You know, I could say I like that. Turns out really well. So once again, the lighting here is just so weird. There. That's about as close to a real. Yeah. So anyway, super glad with this. Looks super good. So hey, if you're into these, if you liked what I've done recently with these cards, definitely keep checking back. We will link that um, the Kickstarter to that, so then we can follow through with all that. think I like that better. There we go. Neato. I like this a lot better because it makes it look like he's trying to, he has a skeletal system a little bit. So, yep, I like that a lot better. So, okay, could have been bad, but we're all right. Ellie Racy. Here we go. All right. Okay. All right. I like that. Get a little more depth for some of these places because we don't want him though to outshine Rocket here. Because right now Groot's the background guy, man. I'm more focused on Rocket. He's doing his thing, man. So Here we go. Sweet. Okay. All right. Let that ink dry. Let it soak in a little bit. See if there's other stuff I gotta focus on Rocket, but I don't think so, man. I'm pretty satisfied with his lines and stuff. So I think a lot of that stuff will pop out a little bit more once he gets colored, but looking good so far. So we'll let that go for right now. Hey, so far doing pretty good. Definitely with time. And I guess what I'm going to do, I don't have much of a choice. I've got stuff I got to work on, Let's try to get some Kung Fu hustle going on. If I could, I'd be playing that right now in the background. But that's not a possibility. So, if you've never seen that movie, it's such a good film. Always enjoyable. Very unique. So it's not for everybody. But just definitely like The Matrix mixed with Kung Fu. And it's so dated now. Like, it's funny, older you get, you don't think about it, but it is very, very, very dated. I don't think like dated as in like anything bad. And I don't think the CGI is that bad either. It's just funny. It's definitely a different film. Let's see if this is going to. Nope. If I come in with this. Hmm. Okay. Then so again, I apologize. Super quiet. Um, I think part of me was just hoping this would work, and I really like the way the colors have come out on this. And give her something nice, something to make her stand out. So, which is good. So that should be enough time. Oh, I know what I didn't do. I apologize. Let me finish that real quick. Um, Definitely. Once I finish this, then we will get back to the original issue. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. There we go. We are back to our man. Sweet deal. All right. Let's get all these lines erased because I don't want these lines to get into the just cause problems. I don't want to cause problems. And we'll do what we did with Goku, which is, start off with some of the lighter colors. So, you can go from there. Sweet. Rocket. I might have to look up just a couple of color tones for him. But I know with Groot in the background, he's super easy. He's easy peasy. Because he's going to be pretty much brown this hole. we want to make sure that we are definitely some of the stuff. I mean, it'll bleed and whatnot, but it's going to be fine. Going to be fine. All right, not bleeding is what I thought it would, which is great, especially with this ink being as fresh as it is. Usually I wait a little bit longer, but it's all right. It is doing the job. So, okay. Just making sure I'm not going to color a section that shouldn't be colored a certain way. And we're doing good. Shoop, shoop, shoop. Another small corner, and then yeah. Ta-da! Sweet. All right. Oh, thank you. So far, so good, man. I'm definitely liking it. So, just in the beginning stages of coloring, and that's always, I think it's tough to know sometimes with coloring, like how it's going to go. But I mean, I've been working with these colors all night, so I already know how it's going to go. So, I definitely want him to come out super good, and I really want the colors to pop a lot better than like what other people do. So I'm definitely trying to give it the same appeal as what it would be like if I was working for Upper Deck or whatever. So I believe this is going to be the last night that for my commissions to be as low as they are. I'm not really raising them a whole lot. I'm just raising like $5. So we'll go from what, 20 to 25. So that's not bad. Mostly is to cover the the cost of whatnot's commission portion, but absolutely, man. Always open for commissions for sure. And as long as you say that when you purchase the commission stuff, just say what you like and try to do the best I can. But Rocket's turning out great. Well, talk about stuttering for a hot second. Let's make these pouches a little super light. I also need to make that back a lot darker than it is. think I see the issue with Rocket and Groot. They show some of they share some of the same tones and colors, so I'll definitely have to come back in and separate that out just a little bit. Yeah, as much as I really like this dark with this, I definitely need to get something else to make that, or I could just go in and black out some of that stuff a little bit better. Hmm. Hmm. Um. Oh, what are my favorite characters to draw? Good question, man. Thanks for asking. Because definitely, what are my favorite characters to draw? Wolverine, and Spider-Man. Like I grew up drawing the mess out of them as a kid. They were definitely super popular then. Definitely super popular now. But definitely, yeah. Spider-Man, Wolverine. The one guy I really like that most people don't aren't. It's not that they're not fans. I mean, it's just he's not talked about is that Deathlock. Wonderful little B character from Marvel that I've been in love with since I was a kid. My mom had the first appearance, and so she showed me her comic collection. She was like, "Hey, if you like comics, man, maybe when you're older, we'll read some." And but she pulled down her little binder that she had of comics, and there was a couple different stuff in there. Definitely a lot of Jack Kirby. My mom is a huge Jack Kirby fan. But then she was like, "Hey, check this out." She flipped over a page, and I like stopped. I was like, "What is that?" It was the first appearance of Deathlock. Just the most beautiful front page I'd ever seen cover. And she was like, "Oh, he's just some sort of cyborg, some cool dude." And from that, I was obsessed. And then when they reintroduced him in Marvel in the '90s, I was like, "Nope, got to have them all." And that's what happened. Got super obsessed and loved the character ever since. And he's one that I just love to draw because he's just fun. You could put him in all sorts of scenarios. I know he was also in like what was it, the X-Force for a little bit, and then the Savage Avengers and all sorts. That was George Perez's first Marvel work, and I don't know if that was also his first like professional work as well. But man, that when George Perez did pass away, unfortunately, that comic blew up in price, which sucked because I had been looking for it, and because my mom, story is she had gotten rid of it to get money because I was sick, and so she needed medicine for me. I was like, that's cool, and that's a whole thing that my parents have to deal with because my dad's like, that is silly. And then I had been searching and searching and searching, and someone finally had one for sale, and it's a kind of low grade, which is fine, but it was definitely in the price that I could afford. So I was super happy to have it. But I love drawing Deathlock. Definitely one of my favorite. So let's do that. So this is 2.5 by 3.5, so it's a sketch card. I mainly work in sketch card size because it's relatively quick and simple for me to do. This is kind of a special thing because I normally don't do these where it's I usually work off camera on this, but someone was like, hey, could you please do this during a whatnot? Absolutely. But they wanted me to do it like from pencil to so on and so forth. I was like, yeah, I can't do that. But we're doing it today. We're doing pencil to ink and all that. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, I could work in larger sizes. I could do sketch covers. I could do 8.5 by 11. I also do digital work. So yeah, definitely the commissions are open. Definitely with whatnot, there's a time limit, so I definitely want to try to do them as quickly as possible. So, because they want it next day, so that's what we'll try to do. Bet. Yes. If you want a Deathlock holding an ice cream cone, I am more than willing to do that. I absolutely. Because, man, that's my man. Let's get. Yes. Love it, love it. I love it. And I love looking at the stuff that you've had people commission. Those things, man, kill me. I love all the ice cream art. I mean, it doesn't hurt. That was like my first real like big job was doing ice cream. I worked for Baskin Robbins. I knew the owner, and he was like, "Hey, you want to work for me?" Sure, I need money. It was awesome. Definitely plenty of ice cream for me to eat. But yeah, heck yeah, man. All right, let's try to. There's a little better interpretation of those colors, but yeah. Definitely like what are some of your guys' favorite things to see when people are doing art? Like, do you like seeing them go from like the very beginning, or do you just like seeing the detail work? because I don't. I've tried definitely watching people before on whatnot. Sometimes I have a hard time with it just because I think partially because I'm ready to like I get motivated to do art. So I don't know. That's awesome. So okay. So Ice Cream Club. What is your favorite piece that you have of a superhero eating ice cream? Because I've definitely looked at your stuff and they're all amazing, but I don't know if there's like a one that stands out for you the most. Oh, your favorite kid. Um, what's your favorite? Hold on. Hold on. You have a Tim Shin Joker. I'm gonna have to look that up. That man, super super good. I love his work so much. Um, man. So see, great artist, man. He really is. Like his blending skills with his markers are just phenomenal. I am in awe with his work all the time. Um, so yeah, that looks so much better. Um, that's really cool. Is there? Where do you get your ideas of characters that you want to have ice cream? Like I think organically. Um, oh, that's cool. I was gonna say organically, like conversations sometimes make the best pieces. I, for example, I was doing. I forgot what I was doing. I was in the middle of something, and this guy messaged me because he was a blob collector, and it was really cool. Like I saw he had commissioned a lot of people recently, and I was like, that'd be cool if like he could reach out to me, and he did. And I because I'd recently posted, and as much as I love X Men. No, I want to do Blob. Or I mean, Deathlock. Absolutely, Deathlock. Because I think it'd be funny. But the guy we were talking, and like it just hit me because one of Blob's comments is that nothing can move the Blob, and I was like, what if Carnage could move the Blob? Because isn't that Carnage being a symbiote, like being able to control him? And the guy was like, that's a perfect idea. I want that. And it was just so cool because we just connected on that, and it was just a neat moment with us. And unfortunately, he did pass away. So that was sad, but it was definitely a cool organic moment of us having just a simple conversation and just manifesting like that. So that's super cool, man. I love that. How long have you been doing the collection of artists eating ice cream? Or, I mean, the characters eating ice cream? That's it. Nice. That's pretty cool. love it. I like it. I like it a lot. Right here. Maybe I mean, not to try to take the stuff out of people's mouths, man, but like it would be cool to see like a little zine with all of the artists involved. That would make me laugh just because I think that would be fun. Like a little booklet. Um, oh yeah, I didn't get that. Let's get that. Yeah, that's the blue I was wanting. That'd be cool. I always think it's cool if you collect something like that. Like how, not only how can you showcase that, but how can you show the things that you've had people work on together as a group? I know, like group shows and stuff like that. That's kind of how we do them. You know, you get people together all working on like a similar thing, and it just works out. But I don't like that. It did not work. Um, that would be really cool. All right, so now I'm gonna have to close that out so I can see. All right, let's make sure we do these colorings just right. Definitely Deathlock is hilarious, man. Now I know what I'm going to spend my day on tomorrow. Oh, that would be so cool. That would be beautiful. I like that idea. Heck yeah. There was, what would be cool is if you had like a giant, multiple giant ice cream trucks, like big wooden frameable trucks, right? Not to frame the trucks, but you had like a shape of an ice cream truck. And then you had the ability to put top-loaded cards on it as if it was the advertisements for each popsicle. That would be cool. That would be one of the fun things, you know. Trying to find someone to do that would be pretty neat. Someone that's good at woodworking, but like being able to make multiple, that'd be even better. Oh, I love those. Yeah. And absolutely, you could even do cut out shapes in the back so you could slide them into those fairly well. Oh, worked with an artist, sort of. He came to Cincinnati and did this whole thing where he worked with kids on spreading information about art through an ice cream truck, and they gave out free ice cream. It was so awesome. And I didn't get to work with them as much as I'd hoped, but I was really excited about possibly doing that. And they would come out and they stenciled on the ground at the art museum of these cool designs that the kids made. And it was super fun, man. Like I was so impressed that an art collective did that with kids. And it was just, and at the art museum, because this is a hoity-toity art museum. So I figured it wasn't going to work. But they came out and they spray painted the concrete, and it was just awesome. It was so cool. The kids were so happy to be out there and like handing out free ice cream with like the paper that came with the ice cream had all these different topics of like the great things about doing like urban art with, you know, kids from the urban areas and stuff like that. And it was just gorgeous. Definitely jealous I never got to really work with them. And he is a relatively famous graffiti artist. He's just super cool. Okay. Heck yeah. That sounds cool. I like those shows, man. I like hearing about artists and stuff and their point of view on how they do things. I know Jimmy Foo does one with his friends. And then there's a group that I enjoyed doing some stuff. They were Gabe's Cave. They have a bunch of older ones where they've talked to people, and I've done some cards with them. It was super cool because they were just down to earth about all the stuff. They paid their artists really well, and they even had a couple fun takes with like, you know, what would win in a street fight, a street taco or a grilled cheese sandwich. It was such a fun way to like start their show off because it was such a goofy thing, but it was also like, I think it made people at ease doing these interviews, and it was hilarious. I like them. I like those guys, but now because of time and stuff, they've had to cut it down out of their show because they also just don't have the time for it. And they've also had to cut down the the actual cards themselves, because they were paying for everything. They paid the artist, they paid for the cards to get made. So they've kind of cut that out. And I think this is the last year that they're doing that, unless someone wants to come in and pay for them to do it. But no, eating a cone is not that attractive, not at all. Definitely someone coming from a work thing like that, nah. I don't know if you had special cones maybe, but usually not. Um, I will say working in a restaurant with ice cream and stuff, not the best thing, man. Not the best. I will say that was definitely one of the things I hated the most. Awesome. Thank you, man. Um, I think it's funny they still make their big waffle cones the same way that they have for years. So, okay. Um, and all right. Yeah, absolutely. You could grab the commission here. That's perfectly fine. And I will literally just start jumping on that tomorrow, more likely. Um, oh, absolutely. I could do a nebula. That'd be fun. Is there? Do you want a nebula that's like the movie nebula, or would you like a particular version of nebula from like the comics? Oh, no, that's fine. I've watched those Guardians of the Galaxy movies, I don't know how many times, but absolutely. So I will put Nebula. And then here we go. So the two that I know, I've got you guys down. Movie Nebula, Deathlock with ice cream. So definitely, I will be jumping on those super, super fast. Now, crazy part. Let's try to make a little bit of space scene. This, boop, boop, boop. Um, oh. So I definitely do a little bit of. These space scenes are relatively fun and easy because it's just carefree for the most part. No, thank you, man. Definitely appreciate it when people, take a risk with a guy that I don't know. I'm not very known, so just trying to do the best I can without trying to boost stuff. Definitely have done lots of projects and stuff, but no, I appreciate every commission that comes through, man. It's a huge, huge boost to me as an artist and stuff, and I just super appreciate it. So I'm excited. Thank you so much. That's awesome, man. Thank you. And just it's awesome to feel appreciated too, because it's just sometimes we do these things and it's like, we feel like we're not or like we are not reaching an audience, or sometimes it's just kind of just trying to do the best we can. But no, definitely super excited, man. Thank you guys. Um, all right. Come in and do. Oh, that's not the color I wanted. All right. I'm glad you like it, man. Absolutely. Because it's easy to go Jack Kirby. Who doesn't like Jack Kirby? I know there's some people that definitely don't, but my gosh, like, how many people do you have to like know out there? You know, DNA. He's a pretty newer guy, but people love him. I mean, it's super. Oh, Peach Momoka, bam! She's like right now the new hot thing. Amazing. There is so many people out there that are not famous, not big names, that do amazing work. I One of my favorites is which is funny, biased. His name's Gary Barker, and he works for Paws Incorporated as well as for the Ringling Art down in Florida. The reason why I do what I do is because of him and his work with, Garfield, the comic strip. But then he also did a Incredible Hulk issue, and I can't remember what, but it's one of the most eye-catching covers of Man-Thing. And if you look at the interiors of that page or of that book, my gosh, it blows your mind that he never was ever picked up full time. Absolutely. Like that's also the same for like anything. When it comes to literally anything and everything, whether it's like comics to comic cards. I can't even think of the big guy name right now. In sketch cards, there's a couple, but I know also like working with the group that I've worked with, Michael Mastermarker, super great guy, man. But there's definitely other artists that are doing just as good work, man. Let's do that. My son had to do a project. Gosh, when was that? Last year. That's right. So we had an art project, and it was February. So they were like, what was who was someone that has influenced your artist taste? And he didn't know what to do, and he was definitely looking for an African American that was true to him, that really does inspire him. And he picked the guy that did Static Shock, the cartoon. And that was super cool because it was directed and ran by a guy that did that. But then I didn't realize that guy who did Static Shock is the same guy who illustrated Deathlock in the 90s. Like, he started the run back in the 90s. And I was like blown away that he had jumped from that to doing the direction of that. And it was just so cool to see that, because I had no idea that guy's influence was amazing. I loved the artwork back then, and no one ever really talks about him. So I was like, oh, but here's my kiddo talking to us about it. And I think I ended up getting carried away because I was starting to look up all sorts of stuff. And he was just amazing. There's a guy here in Indiana that does, once again, also a lot of great stuff. And I met him at a Comic-Con here in Muncie that was just beautiful. And I ended up picking up like a really cool X-Men print of his. But apparently he did some stuff with Jack Kirby, and Jack was very, very nice and appreciative, and it was just like, it was super cool, to even be appreciated by other artists who sees your work and see the potential in it. That's even amazing too. But I just enjoy the fact that other people come and say that our work is fun or is super cool. Because it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard. I think the space scene is going to end up taking a lot more time than I thought. But, so that's an interesting thing. Like, definitely, it's sometimes hard, like, to say if you are artistic or not. But if you even appreciate art, that's also something as well. There's definitely people out there that have never appreciated art, that they look at something and go, yep, that's fine. It looks good, I guess. It makes me think of like a lot of the lobby paintings in hotels and stuff. Like, they just know that the art sparks something, and so they're perfectly fine with the way things look. And if other people think it's fine, that's fine. It's like, man, you paid the money for that, man. They're like, yeah, but it's not the same. I think that's a huge thing. If you can appreciate the art where you see the value in it, and if you make value in it, that's amazing. That's good. But I definitely understand, like, not everybody is able to kind of do art like us, which is fine. But lots of work. But appreciating art too is a whole different thing too. That's amazing, man. I love that. My neighbor, he's starting to get into wanting to collect specific art from the artists that he loved seeing stuff, growing up. But I know he's a huge Wallywood fan. Would love to get to that point of collecting some of his original work, which is apparently super, super hard to find anymore. But I could definitely understand why. That I did a piece for him based off of one of Wallywood's covers, and I will say, not knowing much of Wallywood, that I became a huge fan at that time, like, of how impressive his work was. Because I didn't know much about Wallywood. I wasn't a Daredevil fan and wasn't a fan of like Power Girl and some of the other stuff that he's done. But it was just phenomenal seeing his work in comparison to a lot of the other guys. That his perception of depth and stuff was phenomenal. Not just that, but his also proportions. Just incredible. he made people look like people. He made women look like what they naturally should look like as women. So it's the same one, Will. So it was really cool to see that and try to replicate it. I did. I thought I did a pretty good job. He really liked it. Man, but that's cool that you've bought that much work. That's super cool. So this is a commission. This commission was purchased on Saturday, and they asked if I could do a live drawing of it, and I was like, I could definitely do it on today. So that's what we're doing. I wish I could say I could do it again with your guys' pieces, but I wouldn't be able to do it until like next week. And that's looking like it's going to be a busy weekend. So I'm not sure if I could do it, but definitely Whatnot also is very particular on how long these commissions take and go from us to you guys. So I don't know. But I know shipping wise, I can't get this out anyway until tomorrow. So this will be finished and this will be done for sure by tomorrow. So it should be good. And then you'll have a nice little penny sleeve and a nice top loader as well. I don't know if there's any artist out there that doesn't use top loaders, but man, it make me cry. Yeah, I get that. That's definitely kind of sucks when you have to wait that long, but you just hope the wait is worth it. So I think there's only been a couple of times when I had to do a commission and it took a long time because I wanted to make sure. I think I ended up doing rough drafts for some of them. And it worked out, but man, I was just making sure that the Marvel cards that I was selling at the time was exactly what they wanted. Because man, those Marvel cards are expensive. And I didn't want to waste anybody's time, so making sure they fit their aesthetic of what they wanted, and so that was kind of nice. And I've gotten so used to working fast too. I mean, in a way of speaking, like this isn't super fast. This is definitely a lot. It takes a little longer than normal. And I've definitely slowed down a little bit, but I used to crank these out in an hour. But I've also seen like what sometimes I need to do to take the time to make these things look the best that I can. Um, so. All right, and then yeah. All right. So, let's see. Is that there we go? That looks closer to what it should look in person. Nope. I missed just a small spot. So let's fix that. Okay. So I think the only thing I'm going to do left, which is come in later with what is it? A white gel pen to kind of give some nice little stars. You know. Here we go. Okay. And then maybe a few other little details, but I think this is pretty much solid. Man. And then I guess the question is, thank you. Question is, do we give Rocket red eyes or do we give him normal eyes? I don't know where's he at? Yoba. If Yoba's still on here, you want Rocket with red eyes, or do you want him with different eyes? Aha, sweet, sweet. Yep. All right. I don't. Let's do that. I think that's it. You know what? I'm glad you made that decision. I wasn't sure if I'd make that decision. But do that. Already a superb idea. There we go. Sweet. I love it. Hey, thank you. This was fun. Heck yeah. So also, if you look at my YouTube channel, this, like from the pencil line study I did all the way to here, should be on YouTube, hopefully in an hour or so. So if you wanted to see like all the steps I did to do this piece, man, you can. So it's definitely my YouTube channel. I do believe is not Wilbur. My YouTube channel should be BrittonJr.Will. Same with my Instagram and Facebook. So I wanted to try to make it all uniform and so it's easy to search. But if you look it up, these are on here. There's also a bunch of other videos from Whatnot, and a couple of sped up time lapses. So yeah, super fun. But yeah, you can see the beginning to ending pieces, especially this one. So I don't know how many other commissions you have that way, but at least you could say I got to see what my card looks like from pencil line to the finished product. So maybe I should do that with your guys too, like ink and maybe do the time lapse. That would be fun. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for supporting me. It's awesome. Definitely, I'm very amped. So I will be in touch. Yeah, what's up? We have a favor asked. What is the favor? Super excited. I want to grab. Ooh, absolutely. Yeah, I could definitely look at a couple of guys that I follow that I really like. The one is in sketch cards as well as other stuff. But definitely, I could definitely get you a list. So I will do, man. Will do. So real quick, I guess, for the ending of this, we've got our 2 cards we will be working on, but you can't see it now, right? There we go. Deathlock, Nebula. And then tonight we worked on Rocket here, the lady from Kung Fu Hustle, who, if just hilarious, and Goku. So awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks again. Yeah, she's, gosh, one of my favorite characters of that film. I just hated her, at the beginning, of course, because she's just such a snot. But you just love her so much. So she will be part of this Kung Fu sketch card. I could definitely do a Goku. Hit me up. Mindy, I think you know how to hit me up. I could do you a Goku with no problem. So, but definitely the Studio Thwip, I'll put my, every card gets signed. But they'll have these cards for sale hopefully in the next couple of months. So, but definitely, thank you guys so much, man. And I will definitely make sure to get my other shows scheduled out, and we will see you guys later. Thank you so much.